Grab your rig, hit the trail. The adventure's calling loud. Parks on the air. We're going portable and proud. Pack the backpack, throw the wire in the tree. Battery power, lightweight key. We're running QRP. Find a picnic table under wide open sky. Set up the station, give a big CQ try. From national forest to the smallest city park, chasing activators till the sun goes dark. Antenna flying high in the summer breeze, logging contacts with the greatest of ease. Parks on the air, turn it up, let it play. Portable ham radio, the outdoor way. Sunshine on the dial, fresh wind in your hair, making QSOs from everywhere. Parks on the air. Hunters chasing activators run. 1,000 parks and we're having fun. Parks on the air. The hobby's shining star. State parks, county spots, wildlife refuges too. Every new location brings a brand new view. 40 meters booming, 20 meters wide. Digital or SSB, we're riding the tide. Meet new friends on the band, swap park numbers quick. One activation closer to that next certificate. No shack walls holding us, we're out in the green. Best seat in the house you've ever seen. Parks on the air, turn it up, let it play. Getting outside in the ham, radio away. Picnic with a paddle, logbook in the sun. Every contact feels like number one. Activators calling, hunters on the hunt. Part of fever, yeah, we're out in front. Parks on the air, we're loving every mile. Feel the freedom when the signal flies free. Nature and radio in perfect harmony. No better combo than a park and a rig. Let's keep the activations coming big. Parks on the air, crank it loud, feel the rush. Portable power in the great outdoors hush. From coast to coast in the mountains so high, we're working the world under open sky. Parks on the air, the future looks bright. Ham radio fun from morning till night. Parks on the air, forever we'll roam. Parks on the air, parks on the air. of the three.
All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian. I'm your host, as always, here on Starship Adventures. Tonight, the sights and sounds of Earth. It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the left coast. And tonight, I don't think Nicolas Maduro is going to be in the chat. So there you go. Thank you, Heath. That's already my favorite my favorite text of the night. Yes, you are correct. He will probably not be joining us tonight. He's very busy dealing with something else. It is kind of a busy news day, and I do have I have a lot of that we're going to be discussing. As always, I like to still get into other things. I don't think I like that thing changing colors like that. There we go. Oh, that's much better. We're going to get into some different stuff tonight, but as always, I'm going to bounce around. We're going to do a little bit of science. We're going to do a little bit of radio. We're going to do some other stuff. I went and worked POTA earlier, and it was all right. I had a little bit of issues with this and that, but the internet card seemed to work good. I had the antennas on the roof, and they seem to be working good. 20 seems to be holding on late tonight, if you guys are still on the radio. It was pretty good earlier, but I had a high noise floor. I'm dealing with it. I'm buying a 1-to-1 inline balun that I'm going to try, and I'll let you guys know, because right now I've got this noise floor issue. All right, we've got 2 lines of thunderstorms coming through central Florida right now. One's already gone through the Tampa area. The other one's about to go through the Tampa area. And we are down south here. We're about to get the first one, so we will get this first line here while we're on the air. I think my lightning's turned on. I don't know. Data overlays. Let's see here. Where's lightning? Lightning detection. Yeah, I've got it set for anything in 30 minutes. It's going to show interval color, lightning animation. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here, when I hit this, we'll be able to see that. All right, so here we go. Let me turn this on, and let me transition back. This is what we've got tonight on the big screen. I'm a little short on feeds, so we are just carrying what we can get here. Fox 4 Now. Also a live cam out of Kingston, Philadelphia, where we're monitoring the progress of socialism. We're seeing how well socialism is working for the people in Kingston, and we're seeing how well all those social programs are doing them, and all that billions of dollars they've wasted. We're just checking it out. So, and then also downtown Portland, where apparently there's a fairly good-sized protest coming down. It should be getting dark there in a few minutes, so I'll be able to tell soon if this is still live or not. But it is purported as being live, so I'm carrying it. But anyway, either live or near live, there's what's going on in Portland, Oregon. This is a protest. Apparently the communists are pissed that a communist dictator was taken down. A communist dictator that's been pushing thousands and thousands and thousands of metric tons of fentanyl in our system and killing Americans every day with this shit. And then when I see these people out there, you know, Kami Memdani coming on today, the New York communist mayor coming on today and getting all pissy-wissy about I'm very upset, but yeah, because they bombed one of your buddies. What a butthole. I mean, seriously. He's a commie. This guy down there is a commie. Do you guys want to be communists? I'm serious. This is a serious question. I am very surprised at how many people in this country want to be communist when communism has failed every place it's ever been tried. And the few places you could try to point to in northeastern Europe or whatever, no, I could talk you right out of that. It's comparing apples and oranges. You can't compare very, very old, small, isolated cultures to the United States of America. Socialism doesn't work. It's failed everywhere it's tried. I mean, I can name the countries if you want me to. I probably could do it from heart. I'm serious. It never works. It never works anywhere it's tried. And it scares me how many of our young people today that are under 35 that think that communism is the best thing for the future. That is their teachers in school that have indoctrinated them. This entire shit show of communists out protesting our president for whatever. You know, if you're protesting him because you're not sure about the Constitution or you think you should have got... I'll listen to those arguments. I'm not totally happy with all this. But let's get real. These people are protesting the fact that they're communists. A whole generation of commies. My father would be yelling out the window, GD commies. I'm not overdoing this tonight. What surprises me tonight is not that Trump went and got Maduro. We did it with no fatalities, no major injuries, no loss of equipment. And now they want our help. So, okay, whatever. I don't like nation building, but let's go with it for right now. Look, I trust Donald Trump. He's made a lot of really good decisions and very few bad ones. And a lot of shit that I didn't like early on, I'm starting to realize, oh, wow, yeah, yep, he knew what he was doing. So I have to put it out there that, you know, I have to trust the guy. He's smarter than me. He's got a lot more information than me. So I'm just going to go with it right now. He's been doing good so far. I'm telling you, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Look, all these commies out here. This is because of the indoctrination in college, the indoctrination in high school, all the way down to elementary school. The only two things these teachers care about teaching us is their political ideologies and their sexual ideologies. That's it. That's all they care to teach. When in my opinion, I don't want them teaching either one of those. You know, I sat in a classroom year after year studying about World War II and memorizing the dates of all the battles and memorizing this and that and memorizing how many troops died and memorizing that, and they never once told us why the damn war was even fought. I left school knowing all about a war, but I never understood. I never, ever had any understanding of what that war was about, why it was fought, because the schools, that's not what they teach. I'm telling you, it's weird if you think about it. Why do they teach you? All they taught about the Civil War was how bad the South was. And I live in the deep South, okay? Although the further south of Florida you get, the further north you get. But that's for another show. The point is we were taught down here, the South lost, and deal with it, you know? And I don't know. What gets me is no one teaches anybody about what the Civil War, the intricacies of the Civil War, why it was fought. All they say is, it was fought over slavery because you Southern people had slaves. Slavery was one of a bunch of issues in the war, sure, but the war was fought over states' rights. It was fought over the right of each state to plot its own course and set its own destiny and make its own statutes and laws. And the truth is, there was slaves in the North and the South before the Civil War, and there was slaves in the North and the South after the Civil War. So it's not integral as people would want you to believe that it is. The Civil War was fought over a lot of things. Taxation was huge. Freedom, people keeping their land and not having the government take it, not billeting soldiers, not doing it was fought over a lot of different things. It was fought over a bunch of different things. I think there's like a total of 16 or 18 different points of contention that were going on at the time. But nowadays it all boils down to slavery, because that's what they want to talk about, because they want to make people victims, and they want to use that for power, and that's how they've always operated. Yeah, Heath, I don't discount that at all. I don't discount that at all. And Trump said that today. He said that today in his speech, that that they have stolen our oil resources there, money that was spent there. They kicked us out. They kicked our oil producers out there. They kicked our drilling rigs out and everything. And so yeah, there is that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't. Like I said, I'm not comfortable with any of this, to be honest with you. I didn't want any new conflicts. He's doing such a good job ending the other ones, and he is. I never thought he would get anywhere with any of these, and he is. He's an arbiter of peace. I think that's surprising. Do you know who the most depressed people are in the entire world right now? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. The people that decide who's going to get the Nobel Peace Prize, because they're screwed this year. This year, they're screwed. He has brought peace here. He's brought peace there. He brought peace to the Middle East. I know nothing lasts forever, but he did it. The Taiwan-China thing, it's a mess, but he's working on it. The Russian-Ukraine thing, it's a mess, but we've had some breakthroughs lately. Truth is, they're both pompous, egotistical shitheads. So it takes a pompous, egotistical shithead like Trump to go get between these guys and say, look, it will eventually happen. Anyway, back to the original thing. Hi, Mom. Are you going to say hi to everybody? You going to say hi? You're going to say hi. By the way, people have been asking me for my information and stuff, so I put it on the studio screen here. It's down in the right corner. There's all my info, all my license numbers and everything. So there you go. It's hard to dox me when I'm being straight up and I don't do anything really illegal, so it's kind of hard to dox me. All right, so there you go. But anyway, that's all can be found right on the FCC website anyway. So. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. But anyway, say hi, Mama. Say hi. You see the look she gives me? I mean, it's just, she gives me this look like, this bullshit again? Yeah, this is definitely a chess move on a 3D chessboard. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is absolutely a play. It's a move. Kings to Kings level 3. For the Star Trek fans out there, you know what I'm talking about. Kings to Queens level 1. That's how you get off the colony right there. Anyway. All right, so but yeah, it's 3D chess. It's 4D chess. It's Trump chess. And yeah, this has a lot to do. I think he's sending a message to other people around the world with this too. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to trust that he's doing the right thing. I have no power to change it anyway. And if the drug boats aren't the reason, and I agree with you, it's probably more oil than drugs, but I think both. It's never all of anything. It's always a blend of things. I'm learning, especially with politics, not to use absolutes like everybody all the time. It's only because what ends up happening is I'm sure that they used the drug thing to get it done. The oil thing's probably the biggest reason, but there's a lot of other reasons too. There's people celebrating all over the world right now. I think it's kind of amazing right now. I was reading an article here on Fox News that Venezuelans worldwide are just, they're celebrating. These people are exiled all over the world. Joyful crowds gathered in Miami, Chile, and Peru, Ecuador, and Madrid after Maduro capture.
Their wrinkles
Oh,
are a badge of
please
honor.
stop.
They're white.
Venezuelans across the globe took to the streets after the capture of Nicolas Maduro, whose rule was marked by economic collapse and mass migration out of the oil-rich nation. I mean, this guy is sitting on shitloads of oil, okay? I'm talking butthole loads of oil. How can I do this scientifically? Super shitloads, okay? He could just drill down, put some straws in, and get it going. The truth is, this guy couldn't manage to get his way out of a wet paper bag. All right, he's a complete waste of skin, and all he knew how to do was run drugs. That's all he knew how to do, and the government there did it. Make no mistake, the cartels, the government, the drug runners, it's all the same people. Okay. His rule is marked by economic collapse, mass migration, and it is an oil-rich country. Venezuelans in Miami, Florida, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, Madrid, they repeat things in these articles. They donned Venezuela's national colors and waved flags hours after President Donald Trump announced that Maduro and his wife had been flown out of the country following a very successful overnight U.S. military operation. The Miami Venezuelans danced and cheered with celebration, also taking place outside Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Palm Beach, Florida. In Doral, Florida, revelers chanted liberty and draped Venezuelan flags over their shoulders. Outside the El Espresso restaurant, a hub of the Venezuelan culture of Doral, one man held a piece of cardboard with liberated scrawled with the black marker. It was a sentiment expressed by other native Venezuelans hoping for a new beginning for their home country as they chanted liberty, liberty, liberty. We're like everybody. It's a combination of feelings, of course. They came here in 1997. Their fears, their excitement, he said, there's just so many years that we've been waiting for this. Something had to happen. So see, there's that too. I mean, he just shit on the communists and he made all these people happy. You know, I think more people around the world think this is a good thing than a bad thing, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There's a lot of communists in this world. Yeah, he's playing the long game always. Yeah, and Heath, I'm not going to pass judgment on this. I don't like it, but what's done is done, and he's my president, and I support it. I think he's constitutionally okay, but I really don't want to get into nation building. How are we doing this? That's my problem, is the nation building, because look at our success in Iraq and Afghanistan. Look at our success everywhere we go in nation build. It just doesn't work. You know, there was a time where when there was a big war, we just dropped a bunch of big bombs and the war ended. And then there was a time for a while where, hey, we want to end the war, so let's just draw a line through the middle of the country. They did that a couple times, Korea, Vietnam. And then lately it's like, no. What you do is you take over the country, you kick out the dictator, you make friends with all the nice people, and you give them a bunch of money, you put a new dictator, you put a government in, a Floridian slip, I don't know. Because that's what usually happens, is it just de-evolves back into what it was again. Okay? That's nation building. And I really don't like nation building. Yeah, Heath, I see very big differences here. I don't see Ukraine as killing a bunch of Russians every day with fentanyl being run over the border, and that's why they had to go in and get Zelensky. It's a very different situation when you change the names. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and offer judgment tonight. I'm not happy with it, But I'm still in support of the man that's president right now. So there you go. I'm just going to leave it there. It is what it is. This was a bad dude. He's a drug cartel guy running a country, and his people are starving to death. If nothing else, what he did was humanitarian. We're going to get in there and feed these people now. We're going to get in there and get something going and hopefully make it better than it was. But I don't have any rose-colored glasses. This shit show normally doesn't work. So there you go. And that's, when it comes to Venezuela, I'm not real happy with this. I didn't want any new conflicts. You know, I don't mind if you drone some assholes, but I really didn't want a new conflict. I didn't. I mean, I wanted to get out of everything and stop what's going on so we can keep our bombs for ourselves and draw back a little bit and not be so overextended in the world with our military. We're at a point now where we need to be drawing back our military and just making everything mechanized. And we need to, I am not one of these people that say, put the bombs on the beach, put the missiles on the beach and pull everybody out of everywhere. No, I don't believe in that. If we pulled out of everywhere right now and just pulled every one of our troops home, closed every one of our bases, flew home every one of our bombers, brought home every one of our subs and our aircraft carriers and brought them all within 50 miles of the coast, the world would de-evolve to absolute shit within 5 or 10 years, and they would be coming looking for our action. It's just, so when it comes to foreign policy, I'm not one of these absolutists that says, we should just end all foreign. I don't believe that. However, I believe we are way overextended. I think we are needlessly overextended. I think we are worthlessly overextended. I think we can much more efficiently do what needs to be done than what we're doing right now. And I think that's where we're at with all that. So there you go. I'm in the middle on foreign policy. I think we've done way too much. I think we've tried nation building way too many times. I think we're way too involved in a bunch of bullshit all over the world. That being said, we cannot go to a zero foreign policy situation. That's foolish. So we have to find some middle ground here where we can pull back, be a little more economical, be a little less intrusive, just do our own thing. And that's where I'd like to see us do. But to weaken our position, hell no. I want the strongest military ever. And we're doing that right now with the USS Defiant. That's Ben Cisco's ship. All right, anyway. I just like saying that. I don't know why. Now, if they can find a captain to put on that ship or an admiral, I think it gets an admiral and a captain. If they can find no, this is a battleship. It'll just get a captain. If it gets a captain, if they can find a guy with the same name, that would be preferable. That would be the best. All right. Well, he wants the Panama Canal back, but I don't think he's going to take it by force. Then again, this kind of... I woke up this morning, and I pulled up Fox News. One of the first things I do, I come out here, I pet Mama Kitty, because she stays in the shed at night. She stays out here in the shackers. She's my shack kitty. And I come out, and I pick her up, and I'm carrying her, I'm petting her, I'm turning the lights on and everything. Checking her food and water. And I look over, and Fox News had been auto-updating overnight, and it's sitting there with big red letters. Maduro in custody. I'm like, oh, freak. It startled me this morning. I'll admit it. That's how I found out. I know some of you probably found out as the tube warmed up, as they used to say. As the TV sparked to life this morning, you saw the images for the first, but... yeah. What's up, Mommy? She's such a good cat. Anyway. She likes to pet and touch. My cats get into that. The Panama Canal thing. Yeah. It is bullshit. It's total bullshit that he gave that away. I mean, come on. What, that Jimmy Carter, I think, gave that away. Gave it away. Come on. You know what's weird about Jimmy Carter? I can't hate him. That man had a great heart. He had a great soul. He helped more people after he left being president than he did when he was president. He hurt a lot of people with the fuel lines and the bullshit. He did the same thing Biden did. He got in and immediately tried to crush petroleum. And he did. He crushed it. I can remember us waiting in line and them coming out with a clipboard and checking our tags. I mean, we were waiting in fuel lines in 1976. He didn't make a lot of good decisions, but he was a good man. So I have a hard time hating the asshole. I don't know. It's like, you know, he's in heaven right now. I know he is, because him and his wife were two of the best people you'll ever meet. He never should have been president. He's a peanut farmer. He should have stuck to building free houses. I mean, I don't know. Are you okay? Oh, okay. Yeah, he sold it for like $1. I could have at least got $1 million for it. Come on. Of course, our country spends $1 million in 3 seconds. Yeah. So here's my thing. Am I pissed? No. Am I happy? No. I'm cautiously optimistic. Mama Kitty's not happy at all. She's more of a pacifist. She would have liked maybe some more negotiation and talk. I tell her she's a lib. She doesn't even know what that means. Anyway, poor Mama Kitty. Yeah. All right, so where are we at? 9:32. 9:32 at 6:32 in Portland, where you can see there on the camera it's getting dark. It's pretty much dark. You guys got to remember these cameras compensate pretty good, so the sky will look lit up even after dark. If it's a big city, the sky will still look twilight the rest of the night. Some of these cameras pick up light really well. These OBS cameras I got. I call them Ozbot or something. I made up some name for them, but they're OBS bot. OBS bot, I think, or something like that. But they're really good cameras. They're pan tilt zoom. I use them in the car. I use them in here. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that line is coming. Maybe I'll pull up a camera outside when it hits. What do you think? Which one you want to pull up? It would really help if you could produce over at the other console. See her tail started twitching when I mentioned her working. Anyway, poor Mom Kitty. This is live. What's going on with this? Hold on just a second.
And again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world.
Is it this?
I am
This is
immensely
live.
proud today of our joint
Mommy, get
force
up.
and filled with gratitude to represent them here today. There is simply no mission too difficult for these incredible professionals and the families that stand by them and support them. As we stand here this morning, our forces remain
I
in
guess
the
that's from
region
this
at a
morning.
high state of
I hate that because it's always saying live, 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 but what they're showing is not live. The word live is abused. I'm lessening the use of the word in my titles and stuff because the next day they're not live anymore. So I'm having an issue with that. Kind of like I'm getting some kind of allergic reaction in here tonight. It's like crazy. Maybe it's cat dander. Maybe, Mama. All right, so in the screens we're watching the commies up in the upper right. they're protesting the fact that that a communist was taken out of power. A communist that was starving his people, by the way, and running dangerous drugs all over part of the world, and was also in bed with some of the most evil cartels and leaders of bad countries and all kinds of stupid shit. And these commies are mad because they're commies, and it's like, hey man, don't mess with the commies, man. See, look at this guy. Hey, I'm just a commie. Don't mess with me. I want the government to just make me fill out paperwork and take care of everything for me. And I'll just sit there and consume and work and consume and work, and I'll be happy. Communists, it's ignorant. You know what? How many new drugs have been created in Russia? I'm going to give you guys a minute. Does anybody know how many breakthrough drugs have been invented in Russia? Do you guys know why it is that these places that are hardcore communist, they never invent anything, they never develop anything? We invented the Velcro. I mean, there's a reason for that. And the reason is because liberty, democracy, freedom, these things, they feed the fire within you to create something better. And when you see something that you can make and do better, that feeds the fire. If you don't have freedom and the ability to get rich beyond the dreams of avarice, why would you freaking bother? Why would I come on every night here for 2 or 3 hours? Yeah, I enjoy it. Okay, I admit it. But this is a lot of work. It's been going on for years. Why would I do this if I knew in the back of my brain that I would never be successful, that I would never be able to live on YouTube so I could travel the country bringing content to YouTube? Why would I do this if I didn't feel like I could become successful? That's why you don't see a whole lot of successful shit going on in communist countries, whether it's YouTube or whatever, because nobody, what's the term I'm looking for? People basically get into a stagnant mode where everybody just live off the government, and nobody wants to rise to be great. Nobody wants to do anything, because if you become great, the government takes it all anyway. If you invent something, the government takes it from you. Why would I invent a new drug? Why would I invent a new firework? Why would I invent a new computer chip? Why would I do anything? The government's just going to take it from me. That's communism. And so you basically live a dormitory lifestyle where they tell me I got to be in by 7. They turn the lights off. This is my bed. I sleep here every night. I mean, it basically, and I don't mean they all sleep in the same room, but I just mean it's a dormitory lifestyle where everything you do is choreographed, everything you do, and they want this. Why? Because they're brain lazy people. This generation is brain lazy people, a lot of them. Not all of them, of course. I've met a few that are geniuses. And I don't mean that as a smartass. I'm serious. But the point I'm trying to say is we've got this new generation of people that like communism because 2 reasons. One, it seems to be the path of least resistance. Well, look, the government's going to take care of everything. The government just takes care of everything. They take care of my health care. The government's going to take care of my insurance. They're going to take care of a job for me. They're going to make sure I have a job that's close to my home. And, yeah. Hey, car. Nobody likes to piss into the wind. Yeah, that was old. It said live on the screen. I thought they'd come back out to talk again. Anyway, let's see. Okay, yeah, and yeah, everything. Look, the left has made the worst decisions possible over the last 5 or 6 years. Everything, when they see, Barack Obama was a great candidate. He got in there, he did 8 years, he did a lot of damage. He was a great candidate for them. He was a great president for them. He was actually a good orator and a smart man. And Bill Clinton, I mean, he was, by today's standards, he was a Republican. He ran the best budget. He ran a better budget than either one of the Bushes. So, I mean, things have evolved a little bit here. But yeah, once we get past Obama, it's like Trump came along and the derangement began. And I mean derangement. These people have Trump derangement syndrome. I wish I had my ad for Trumpanol. But anyway, tonight's segment is brought to you by Trumpanol. Trumpanol. It helps put away all those evil thoughts in your mind when you think of Donald Trump. Trumpanol. It'll help you sleep. Hopefully for a long time. Not that long. I'm not mean like that. Jesus Christ. You guys are something else. All right. Sorry. Lord's name in vain. My bad. All right. So anyway. Let's see here. What's everybody doing out there? Let me refresh my chat room because I think it's stuck. Nope, not stuck. Oh, it's just been 1 minute. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, there we go. All right, so hey, we've got a decent crowd tonight. I'm not going to talk about Maduro much longer. It's a shame that we've upset Zolran Dumkami Memdami in New York. He's very mad that a communist country has, that a communist dictator that's starving his people and running deadly drugs into our state, he's very upset that that guy's no longer in power. So there you go. Okay. What else is going on? There's got to be something else going on in the world, right? Researchers are now warning against a new deadly superbug that's spreading across the U.S. I got to tell you, when I see these things, when I see these stories about, the superbug, this and that, I start to wonder. I mean, look, they way overdid COVID. My God, did they overdo COVID? Ridiculous. And you want to know who overdid COVID the worst of anybody ever? I think was the ARRL, the Amateur Radio Relay League. And I think they did it the worst because they were all about 90 years old and knew that if they even looked at somebody that had COVID, they would die instantly. And I think they knew that. Deadly superbug is spreading across the U.S. as drug resistance grows. Mama, what are you doing? Oh, using the litter box. That explains the digging sound. First identified in Japan in 2009, this fungus has reportedly reached at least 60 countries and dozens of states here within the United States. The deadly drug-resistant fungus, already spreading rapidly through U.S. hospitals, is becoming even more threatening worldwide. This is what happens as populations grow. And here's the thing. Our population here is really not growing, but it's still growing in other places. As things grow, as things change, things become more dynamic, we are going to get new diseases. This has happened throughout time. And the crazier things get everywhere else, the crazier the diseases get too. Oh, you're watching an NFL game? Okay, sorry to hear that. The NFL, man, God, I used to like watching football, but between the fixed games and the poor officiating and the woke bullshit and the kneeling, and I just can't, and the bad super halftime shows on Super Bowl, I can't watch it. I can't watch NFL, not for 1 minute. I'm done with it. I walked away. Nothing but taillights. Walked away. I'm done. Okay, back to the superbug fungus. It's spreading globally and increasing resistance to human immune systems. The Hackensack Meridian Center for Discovery and Innovation researchers said in a review that was just released last month. The findings reinforce prior CDC warnings that have labeled C. auris, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't give a shit. An urgent antimicrobial threat the first fungal pathogen to receive that designation. It's an urgent antimicrobial. So it's an urgent antimicrobial threat. The first fungal pathogen to receive that designation, as U.S. cases have surged, particularly in hospitals and long-term care facilities. Approximately 7,000 cases have been identified so far across dozens of U.S. states in 2025, according to the CDC. And they're probably, and they won't give me the list of states, so I pulled that up here. Let me see. Which is this here, December 20th. Oh, for Christ's sake. It's a table. And it lists all of them with how many in each. I can't do that. Okay. So anyway, there's a bunch of states. I don't know which ones are on here. Let me see if I can see some numbers. It looks like it's centered in the east, north, central. It's Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, all with cases. And what's this one? Pennsylvania, of course. We're probably watching some of that on the screen right there. And Georgia, 377, it's starting to come up there. And Maryland, starting to come up there. And Virginia. Who else has got some higher numbers? Mississippi, Tennessee. Nevada. Oh my God, 1,600 cases in Nevada. That ain't no bullshit right there. Oh, California, 1,500, and it's a fungus, so it figures it would be a lot of it there. With Gavin Newsom, I bet you if they checked really good, they'd find some of this shit in Gavin Newsom's hair. If he runs for president, he should just let his hair run as vice. They would vote for that shit. The review published in Microbiology and Molecular Biology Reviews helps explain why the pathogen is so difficult to contain and warns that outdated diagnoses and limited treatment lag behind. It was conducted by Dr. Whatever of the Hackensack Meridian CDI in New Jersey, Dr. Whatever at the University. Oh, who cares about all that? Their findings stress the need to develop novel antifungal agents with broad spectrum activity against human fungal pathogens. If you guys are taking notes, I can slow down. Do you need me to slow down? What that basically, all that jargon bullshit means is they need to, novel meaning something new, something they've never tried before, novel antifungal agents. So some kind of new antifungal agent that has never been invented yet, and it needs to have a broad spectrum ability to be able to work on different kinds of fungi, and then it would need to also work against human fungal pathogens to improve diagnostic tests. This is crazy. I mean, this is like some nasty shit, and this isn't something that's going to show up at your house. It's something that shows up at places where they care for lots of people, nursing homes, hospitals mostly. Measles. I thought we kicked that one. There was no mention of hoof or mouth in this article, so no, I don't think so. I think that's something different. Yeah, that would have to be a pretty strong triple antibiotic cream. Maybe if you mixed it with some bleach. There you go. Ivermectin. The devil's drug, as the Democrats call it. But it actually works. Was that the horse dewormer, or was that the other one? I forget. It was like if Donald Trump said the name of the drug, it was automatically evil and a drug that the devil made. Oh, Lord. Oh, so symptoms include fever, chills, and aches. May be ambiguous. It can be mistaken for other infections, which means they'll treat the shit out of you and it won't do any good. That's what that means. Sorry. All right, those storms are now coming into Charlotte County. Let me go back to the radar here and let's check around. There's not a lot going on in the whole country here. Let me go ahead and switch the radar to the multi-site radar. And there you go. There's just not a lot going on. California, all up the East Coast, still rain. Salem just got a pretty good batch of rain, but nothing like the last week. Hopefully it'll start drying out there. Us down here, we're in a drought. We need this shit pretty bad. And so I'm really hoping that I'm hoping we get an inch or two out of this, but I don't think we will. I'm not expecting it. Heath, that's awesome, dude. That's funny. The government just put out a new black and white movie called Ivermectin Madness. That's a reference to how they made a movie to demonize marijuana back in the 40s. I think it was the 40s. They were demonizing marijuana, and it ended up backfiring on them because the video was just ignorant. And now today it's like a joke. You can see it in the opener of like TV shows and shit. Clips of that ignorant thing. All right, looks like north of Tampa there, north of Tampa car about to get some more rain here, another batch. I don't see any lightning. I don't know if the light, oh wait, yeah, it's showing some lightning way out off the coast. But I don't see any lightning for any of us here, so. Yeah, both my home here and my cabin in Georgia both under a red flag warning at the same time. Disjointed, yes, that was a great show. I love that show. If you guys have not seen the show Disjointed, it goes for 2 or 3 seasons. It's a binge, man. It's a good binge. It's fun. They're 23 minutes. It's half serial, half episodic. And I love it. I thought it was really good. And yeah, in the opening of that show, it's about a woman that opens a marijuana dispensary, and it is hilarious. The people that walk in and they're trying to make ads for marijuana. It's hilarious. And they got a little podcast they do as part of the show. And anyway, I love the cast. And 1933, earlier than I thought. 1933, Reefer Madness. Yep. Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates, who I hated after that movie where she busted that man's legs. I couldn't stand her after that, and then I started watching her in this and I fell in love with her. So there you go. She's one of my favorites now. I love her in this. She was so good in this, and now I enjoy her in other things. But she was very good in that. Very funny. It's a little out there, but it's fun. You don't have to be high to enjoy it. It does help, but you could say that about anything on TV nowadays. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, 1933. My parents weren't born yet. So, yeah. My granny was in like grade school. And that was coming out of the Depression. It was coming out of they tried to do the whole prohibition thing. It was a mess. The government, we talk about China and Russia with their propaganda. Ours is just as bad. They really are when it comes to look at these public service announcements. Give me a break. Do you qualify for the EITC tax credit? I mean, hold on, I gotta get Ed. What's wrong, Eddie? What's wrong? What happened? Everything okay? Why don't you go up and say hi to everybody? He's got to go check out her food bowl first, but make sure she ain't getting better food than he gets. That's always a cat's first. They'll go over and take one bite out of the bowl and say, nope, same shit I got in the house. Yeah. Yes, it was about a Coke bottle. No, it didn't age as well as it should have, but I haven't tried watching it in a while. But it was a good movie. It was about a guy in an airplane that threw a Coke bottle out the window. And that Coke bottle landed near some very primitive African colonies, whatever you want to call them, tribes. And that bottle became somewhat political. Everybody wanted that bottle. Whoever had that bottle was in power. And it was a neat movie. But yeah, I haven't tried it in a long time. The More You Know. I don't have my sound bar up, or else I would have played the More You Know. The More You Know. You know, I've got a lot of things here that I forget about during the show. Like when I'm doing a show, it's one thing. It's one thing when I'm producing the show at work. I put in the sound effects. But when I'm not producing the show at work and I'm here, what ends up happening is I'm busy talking and I don't think about pressing the buttons on the button bar or setting up the damn thing. Okay, it is already set up. Okay, good. So yeah, there we go. The More You Know. Or for those of you who were a kid in the 70s.
And knowing is half the battle.
And it's still not playing. I just noticed it's still not playing over the thing. It's in D. I'm in D. Okay, so let's switch to... God, it's so stupid. I have to deal... Freaking Windows. And they made it worse in Windows 11. I think that's the part that really chaps my ass, is they made it worse in Windows 11. You can't even control things. I'm having to try... I'm going to be reverting my... I've already decided that the laptop has to go back to Windows 10. I cannot produce shows with Windows 11. It's just not possible. So I'm going to be trying to not roll it back, because it never was Windows 10. That's what's kind of a little bit scary. So the More You Know. There we go. That's the sound hooked up now. Or
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
whichever one you prefer. All right, so there we go. I normally have this sound effects bar up, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm challenged. I need another screen. And these two screens, although hooked up to this computer, they're way over here and I can't see them. So if I put my button bar over there, so right now my button bar is scrunched over to the side here. And then in order to see my chat room, I have to pull it back to the left. It kind of sucks, but I'm going to work on it. I've got to switch some stuff around here, but anyway. All right, so yeah, I have finally got things figured out here in the shack with a couple things. I did go out today in the car. I'll update you guys that on the other side of the break. I am going to take about a 6-minute break, if you guys would forgive me, and I will be right back. I'm going to play a song for you guys. I played Parks on the Air coming in. That is one of my favorite songs that I think that the AI has made for me. Definitely one of my favorite songs. I don't know which ones you guys have heard or have not heard. I played Analog Forever last night. There's some different ones. I got some tear jerkers. Maybe I'll do one of those towards the end. I don't want to bring down the show. I did Parks on the Air earlier. I love Parks on the Air. But one of the other ones I really like is I had it make them about the ham fests, because I love the Hamfest. And so I said, well, let's see what we can do. And sure enough, you know how this thing is, man. I mean, I don't have to tell you. It made me a decent song about Hamfest. So as we go into this break, I'm going to play the song about Hamfest. All right, guys. I'll be back in 6 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to roll the spots. Please stay with us. I'll be right back for the second hour.
Rolling to the fairgrounds at the crack of dawn. Flea market table stretching miles long. Boat anchors gleaming in the morning sun. Cokes and connectors, the treasure hunt's begun. Vintage rigs and red puffs at a crazy low price. Bargain hunting heaven, yeah, this feels nice. Meet the voices you worked on the air. Face to face, finally friends everywhere. Hamfest fever, catch it if you can. Best weekend in the life of a radio fan. Forums and seminars, new tech on display. Hands-on with the gear in the good old way. Licensing tests, camaraderie high. Unique finds and good times under the sky. Hamfest fever, we're keeping it alive. Rock and ride. Them just showing shiny new rigs that gleam. Digital modes and gadgets, living the dream. Touch 'em, try 'em, compare side by side. Food trucks and contests, what a wild ride. Talk with the experts, learn something new. Community buzzing, the ham radio crew. Yeah, attendance is down, some tables look bare. Oh God, grumbling, but we're still there. Hamfest fever, we love it just the same. Even with the junk piles and the slower game. Some clubs feel clicky, new gear cost a ton. The deals on used stuff still get the job done. Resistance to change, we're bringing the youth. Hamfest fever, we're keeping the truth. Big on the pseudo. We know it ain't perfect, the crowd's getting thin. Too much old junk that nobody wants in. But one good find, one new friend you meet makes the whole day feel complete. Hamfest fever, we're not giving up. Flea market magic, filling our cup. Young blood and old timers side by side, keeping the spirit nationwide. Hamfest fever, through thick and through thin.
there you go, Hamfest fever. I have to admit, I myself have a little bit of Hamfest fever. Mama Kitty's not much on it. She prefers to stay home. But I do prefer Hamfests. I love them. And Eddie came in and informed me that he wanted me to come to bed, and he wanted right back out again. So I told him, I said, you know, you're not even going to go on camera, you pompous little prick. You don't even want to go on camera. Nope, he don't want to go on camera. So he just he bounced. He's out. So that's fine. Whatever. Bye-bye. Good night. I'll see him inside later. He's inside pissed right now. He's pacing in front of the bedroom door like, let me in. I want to go to bed. I hope we don't mess with Cuba. Let's just leave it alone. I think one of these is enough. Not against it. I'm not really comfortable with it. I don't know. All right, so where are we at? Let's go back to here and let's see where we at with space weather. We've got all kinds of different things going on. Let's do our, where's it at? All right, and there's a possibility tonight for some tropospheric ducting. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly if it's going to happen or not. But why is it? Oh, there we go. But you can see there's a lot of ducting up along the Gulf Coast. So I'm pulling up the DX spotter right now. The Mama, your tail is messing everything up. So please move over a little bit, okay? Oh my God. She wants to get in between me and what I'm doing because she wants attention. All right, so VHF, real-time VHF propagation maps. Oh, for God's sake. Let's see. Nope, no propagation though. So that's weird. Kind of weird to me that we've got no propagation. There's the VHF propagation map. Even though we're showing some ducting up and down the East Coast, the APRS packets are not finding that ducting when they're sending and receiving their packet signals. That's where this information here comes from. All right, and if you're wanting to, I'm always helping you guys try to build a good bookmarks library. There's a bookmark for the first one there. All right, and then I'm going to turn that one back off. Oops. The Tropo one is right here. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. And I'm going to turn that one off and this one off. All right, so there we go. And yep, look at this. This rain is getting close. We're going to be having that go right over the shack here in just a few minutes. You know, let me. I should have done this on the break. Give me 1 minute, guys. All right. I just had to make sure I was ready out there for the rain, because I got to make sure things are closed up and ready to go for the rain. I don't know how much we're going to get, but it's coming. And another piece of news that's come in the last hour, when they brought Maduro in to be questioned and to be processed, the FBI flew him right over Liberty Island, and he got to see the Statue of Liberty. He arrives in New York after capture. Arraignment expected on Monday. President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. military carried out a large-scale strike in Venezuela early Saturday morning and took Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife in custody. We know that. Deposed Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife arrived at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn late Saturday after being transported by helicopter from the Drug Enforcement Agency in Manhattan after being processed. The helicopter convoy flew past the Statue of Liberty en route to Brooklyn. A moment broadcast live as part of the transfer. Outside the detention center, bystanders gathered behind barricades, some cheering and jeering while waving Venezuelan and American flags and recording the arrival on their phones. Maduro is expected to remain in federal custody as he prepares to face narco-terrorism and weapons charges in the Southern District of New York. So there you go. There's pro-Maduro protesters or pro-commie protesters outside the White House. There looks to be about 20 of them in the picture. And yeah, once again, no major equipment lost, no lives lost, no major injuries. This was a clean op, as they call it. This was definitely a clean operation. The House Democrats are going to hold an emergency meeting following the capture of Venezuelans Maduro. Well, good luck to them. Have fun with your meeting. All right, yeah, I don't see anything else here. Everything else we've already reported on or you already know about. Yeah, they'll put him in Epstein's cell and he'll wake up dead the next morning. Mysteriously. He committed suicide in a suicide-proof cell. They caught him off guard. I mean, that's how these ops work. Everything has to be done in such a way that you catch them completely off guard. And that's why when they're like, why didn't he brief Congress? Why didn't he brief Senate? Why didn't he brief this? Why didn't he brief... You don't brief anybody. These assholes leak everything you tell them. Congress is the worst. They go down in a skiff. You guys know what a skiff is? They go down into the chambers down below. They have to put their cell phones and all of their devices in a box. And they're not allowed to take anything out of the room. Everything they're handed to look at or up on the screen, they have to look at it, but they're not allowed to keep it. And I don't even think they're allowed to keep notes in there. It's where they're briefed. But when they're briefed, there's no record of it. And it's called a skiff. Trey told me about these. I was surprised as shit. He tells us on the radio about these. I'm like, wow, so private meetings where they don't allow anyone to record anything. Yeah, that was pretty much what they did, Sledgen, exactly. And by the way, I did get your message, Sledgen, that you're going to be busy and all that. I did get that. The dude in the Philly cam is showing us an example of what it looks like to walk as in a psychopath. Yeah. Yeah, they're all crazy. You want to listen to the craziness? I actually have a button here, and it allows us to listen to crazy. Here it is.
Groom dogs, not children. Groom dogs, not children. Groom dogs, not children.
Actually, that sounds like somebody
Children are
on the
perfect the way
right.
they're born. A boy
Grooming
cannot
children is
become
something
a
the left
girl.
does.
That's a mental illness, and it shouldn't be affirmed in our children. That's child abuse.
Oh, we got a crazy in Kingston, too.
It is not a mental health issue.
It is. It is. Gender dysphoria is a mental health issue.
Oh, see,
Gender
the guy with the
dysphoria is a
camera
mental
is
health
on the
issue.
right, and he's giving him
You guys
hell.
are retarded.
You're a no-ho bozo. Like, you're a no-ho bozo.
Basic biology.
No-ho bozo. You're a
Basic biology.
You're not taking college.
Bozo, bitch. A bozo. You're a bozo, bitch. A bozo. Bozo, bitch. A bozo.
Sounds like a crazy on the right giving hell to the crazies on the left, is what it sounds like to me. All right, I'm going to put this in both ears.
What's up, bitch?
He's giving him hell, too, man.
That's that child abuser music right there. That's that child rapist music.
Oh, my Lord,
right.
what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay for a little bit. Yeah, the cops are here. We're good. Thank you, bro.
I can't hang out super long, but good to see you, dude.
I love you, bro.
I'm kind of waiting for the guy in the middle.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
he's Superman. He's about to fly. As soon as his pants fall down, he's going to fly. Or fall down or something. His pants are around his knees right
Transitioning
now.
children is child abuse. They cannot consent to medicine that's gonna ruin their entire lives. He's gonna have to be on medicine for the rest of his life. That's child abuse. You affirming his mental illness, is child abuse, 100%. That person is gonna be altered for the rest of his life. He'll never be a girl. It's always gonna be a boy.
Not that it makes a difference.
I don't believe that.
Fuck out of my face.
You're the one who started talking
Heath,
to me,
I don't know
big
if they
dog.
listen to me or not. I know
You feel
cats
guilty because you're
watched
affirming mental
before.
illness in
I'm
your
not
child.
sure about Trey.
You feel absolutely guilty. And you can tell it on your face. It's child abuse.
Both of them are
I'm
usually in
having a
bed by 9
blast.
o'clock.
I'm having a blast. Tranny boys. Yep, I do. Nope, I'm not violent like you guys. I want the transgender ideology wiped the fuck out. But that don't mean killing people. That just means stop putting the ideology in our children's school and stop advocating
I
for
like
it.
this
We don't
guy,
care about
man.
your fucking
I'm gonna
sexuality.
subscribe to this
It doesn't
guy.
need to be in our children's schools. You guys are child groomers. You guys can't have your own babies, so you try to groom ours. And we're not having it. America's sick of your fucking tranny ideology.
Go home.
7 charges?
Trans women are men. They're not women.
See, the thing is, they're allowed to say whatever they want, but when you say it, it's a problem.
Where'd you go? You yell in my ear all the time. Where'd you go?
Paulie still wets the bed and has to sleep on plastic. Yeah, he looks like it. Why are you wearing a mask? We all know who the fuck you are, stupid.
I don't know what happened with that. Also, you got fired from your job as
Junior, I did.
Yeah, I got fired.
I did 2 hours live that showed Kat and I showed me producing the show, and you could hear Trey because I had him in queue, and you could hear Kat and I talking, behind the scenes. But I had it to where you couldn't actually hear the commercials or the bumper music. That way I could actually do it. And it worked, and I'm going to do it again. I just haven't done it again, but I will do it again. But if you go back and look, I don't know how to find it, but if you go back and look, you'll see it in studio. Maybe put in 92.5 on my channel. I think it'll come up. I'll see if I can find it real quick.
How are those dog fucking charges treating you?
Show me where that's at. Show me.
Tommy fucked the
Show me.
dog. Tommy fucked the dog.
See, they're trying to dox
Do
it.
you diddle kids in your basement like the pedophiles
No.
in Israel? Really wants to know. I gotta know, bitch. Come on the earth. You are a fucking idiot.
This is my home. This is my port. This is my home, my port. This is my home, my port. America is my home. I'm not going anywhere, motherfucker. I got a bunch of them at home. It's all right. How does her head feel? How does her head feel? How does her head feel?
You have several assault charges to your name.
Sure, I have one.
Oh, you just
I have one for defending myself.
Oh,
But that's okay.
You knocked several women unconscious in
No,
public. Don't
never
fuck
hit a
yourself.
woman.
Yes, you have.
Trans women are men. Trans women are retarded men. I've never hit a woman in my life, stupid. I've hit trans women,
Tell me
which are
why.
retarded
Tell me
men.
why that I saw with my own eyes you knocking a
Show
trans
me.
woman out.
No, that's a tranny, bro.
No.
That was a tranny.
Jesus.
That was a tranny.
You hit an elderly grandmother.
No,
from close to hell.
these people just make shit up now, bro. That's just funny. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm trying to
They
find
just
that
make
video.
shit up now, bro.
Just bear with me, guys. I'm
Sue
trying
him
to
for
find this
defamation.
video here real quick.
Conquered people, conquered land. Conquered people, conquered land. We are the strongest nation in the
Here it
world, baby. Nothing better than America. Nobody better than Americans. Nobody beat it better than Americans. America is the best country on earth. You should be.
All right, that's getting old. We'll go back to that in a few minutes. But just to hold on, guys. Just give me a second here to fix this, as usual. I've got so much stuff on this screen that it's getting hard. It's getting hard to get it all going the way I need to get it going. All right. All right. All right. This is it here. I'm going to show you guys a snippet of it as we're going along here.
He is so extraordinary. I read these.
All right, this is what it looks
Come
like.
back.
That's me at work.
A story.
It is in mirror image.
That is being covered.
I'd have to pull it out, remaster it, and re-upload it in order to fix
countless
that, but
ways.
it is in mirror image.
I think we've witnessed
But you can
it
see
on
there, I got my
all
board in front of me. I got two different computer systems, each with two screens. The bottom two screens control the station. The top two screens are my editing computer and also my research computer.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, this poor girl is just.
And you can hear Trey talking. Trey, we're on the air right now. And to my right there is Kat. She's off camera.
And she's just sitting there.
But that's me.
minding her
That's
own
me
business,
producing the show right there.
And a black man seated behind her.
You can see down here on these buttons down here, that's the dump button. If I hit that button right there, it will
Stabs her. People
erase,
are, like, kind of shocked, like, uh-oh.
you know, 6 or 8 seconds
He
of
walks
time.
away, and
If
she
I hit
gets
it
off.
twice, it will do it twice. So it spools
What's
up
even more
about
horrifying
18 minutes. Or 18 seconds, I mean. It spools up 18 seconds, and then you can take those back in 8 or 9 second chunks. It works really good to like get rid of cuss words and things like that.
He walks away saying, not once but twice, I got that white girl. We've already seen that that's totally acceptable. Again, go back to 2020. If that's
About
your
what?
reaction, that's what we need to allow happen. Listen, there might be
It's
fires.
a little hard to hear because
Sure.
the way I
There
have
might
to
be
do
fire
it. The light, just so you know, notice the
actually
light.
tell you what it
It's
is.
the same as the one I have up
Pink
here in the
reminds
studio.
me to shut off things that are left on, and like the light
Yeah, I'm
bluish
explaining
green
it
color,
right there, actually.
and so it's important. So we turn the light on pink. It reminds me, hey, there's something I have to do. Boom, there it is. I turn it down. There's so many moving parts in here that it's become necessary for us to little cheats, little alarms and things like that. The light works great because it can never go out over the air. It's a great way to warn people about things using colors of light. Each thing's something different. If it's blue, it's a warning about a weathercast. If it's red, it's a warning about a newscast. If it's green, it's an alert about a financial report or one of those things. And so it kind of is neat because the colors actually tell you what it is. Pink reminds me to shut off things that are left on, and like the light bluish green color reminds me to turn the delay on and off. So it's a lot of different colors. All right, here we go. 35 seconds. So this is it. This is what it looks like in here.
Notice the belly's dunlopped over the
I hope you guys can hear
countertop.
everything. I'm sorry it's not louder.
Oh, we're gonna do
but
cut 3.
Cut 3, stop, start.
Stop, start.
Got it, no worries.
What that means is I'm playing the cut for him instead of him just pressing the button because he wants
Oh
me
man,
to
I hate
stop
when
and
her
start
voice
it
comes
as
up
we
against
go.
her voice like that. It doesn't sound right. All right, here we go.
Dustin, okay to go to?
I think so. He sounds better.
Trevor,
Just,
no problem.
yes, it is Dustin.
I was just joining us. We're talking about
He's a regular caller.
the horrifying
Sometimes
media
he gets a little
coverage
weird.
of the murder in North Carolina. I've never seen Republicans pounce elevated to this level. This is Republicans pounce by soulless, heartless human beings.
Yeah, so anyway,
who are simply covering the
this
murder
video, if you
of
want to
this-
watch more of it
this
later,
woman.
this video is available. There's the
Saying that
link
it's all bullshit.
in there,
Yes,
and you
a
can go
black
watch it.
man
Please hit the thumbs
murdered
up
This young white girl.
and like it, and I will do it again. I will
And
do it
because of
again.
that,
If you guys want to
you know
see
as
that,
well
that's
as I
not a
do,
problem.
It's radio
That
silence
certainly is not a problem.
among the mainstream media.
Oh
The
shit!
only
I just
reason
realized
that
you
they're
can't
covering it
you can't
is
see it.
because
God,
social
I'm
media
so stupid.
exists, and there is this outpouring of outrage
God damn it!
of the lack of
I
coverage.
put
of
it
this.
on the left screen, but I
It's
never
not
hit the
covered
damn
at all.
transition button.
Again, switch the roles.
There's a
White
tranny
man
button you have
in
to
his
hit.
30s
There's what it looks
stabs
like.
to death a
You guys
young
have
black
listened
girl.
to it for 10 minutes.
That
There's what
is
it
a
looks like.
recipe for
Jesus.
international
I just get
for
so mad at
riots in
myself
all
when I do
cities, and
ignorant
Charlotte
shit like
is
that.
burned down the next day in mostly peaceful protests. Let me get to a call. Dustin.
mostly
Naples.
peaceful.
Hello, Dustin. You're on 92.5 Fox.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about the judge in particular. Her name is Teresa
We're taking
Stokes.
calls right now.
If you look her up, she's actually listed online as the Director of Operations at Second Chance Services, a Charlotte clinic for mental health and addiction. I find that hilarious. That's
Yeah, I think it is live.
This is the beginning of it.
This is live in the producer's booth here at 92.5 Fox News. And you guys will get to hear us produce the show tonight. What's going to be interesting tonight, though, is I can't play the music or the commercials. So you guys will hear us talking instead of the commercials and the music. It's going to be pretty cool.
When I do this again, I'm gonna mic up the speaker, or so you can
You'll
hear
the
him better,
callers,
and I'm gonna
and
mic
you'll
up
hear
her and I.
the host, and
I'm
you'll
gonna
hear
put
us
little
talking,
wireless
you'll hear
mics
the
on our mics so
intercom.
you can hear
You'll
us.
hear basically the back end of the show as well. So it'll kind of give you like an inside view into this, into what it takes to produce a talk radio show like this. We also have to put in all kinds of stuff during the show, and we do that too. So anyway, while we're in show, I won't be talking to you guys because I'll be concentrating on the show. Oh, my host is in rare form. Yeah, there you go. All right, so the cast of characters tonight, you'll see, may or may not see them on camera, but I got Kat over here to my right, Katrina, and she is the call screener for the show. And then over here on the left, we've also got Trey, who's in the other room there, and he obviously the host of the show. And you'll be hearing him, and you can also see people walking by outside there in the hallway. We are live.
That's actually
on
the men's
air
room right
on
there.
YouTube,
So-
broadcasting worldwide. This is Starship Adventures, and tonight our adventure is, well, you're at work with me, and we're producing radio. So there you go. All right, we produce this show 5 nights a week. It's a 3-hour show. We're going to keep you guys along for our first 2 hours, and then we'll be taking a 2-hour break, and I'll be coming back on tonight with the sights and sounds of Earth. So there you go. Okay.
All right, 7:03. The macro just fired and the board is hot. We're now in show. We have 3 minutes to air.
Okay, and that'll be set like that.
You can see backwards
All
on
right,
my
sorry,
clock. It's
we can't,
17:03.
We can't play you guys any of the music or any of the ads or any of that because we'll get in trouble. The colored light is to remind us to take steps during the show. We've got a number of movements during this show that we have to take care of, and we want to always try to make sure we get everything done and don't get distracted. I do have the chat room up, but I'm only going to pay attention to it on breaks. I'm going to try not to be distracted by it. And we're going to see how this goes. I think I've already used up all my announcements today, so it's going to take a little while for people to slowly filter in here, but we're going to see how it works. But anyway, we are live on the air. This is The Drive with Trey Radel, 92.5 Fox News. I've worked here for many years and produced a lot of different shows here. This is by far the best and favorite one I've ever done. And we've been on, I think, 7 or 8 years now with this show, The Drive. And we come on here in about just under 2 minutes now, just under 2 minutes. And you will be able to hear the host, and you'll be able to hear us talking back and forth during the show. You just won't hear the bumper music. I can't play that. So I've got the studio speakers in here actually turned off.
All right, yeah, let's go back. Let me go ahead and go back to Tommy Boy here. Let's see. Let's listen to that audio here. That's gonna be this one.
You're a vlogger, bro. Oh, shit. This shit is hilarious. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
You drop something?
No, a sentence, bro.
Let it go, man.
Fucking loser. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Tommy.
Yeah, you are.
If it's just gonna be name
Yeah,
calling
you
in
are.
the F word, I'm not gonna hang around long.
But
But I did want you guys to see that. You know, that clip that we did there.
Everybody else.
Yeah. Fucking. That's why your wife barely loves you, bro. She's not gonna leave you half a year. Your wife got to leave you half a year. She tired of your shit.
It says FAFO on his hat.
Yeah. Is that right? You only need to move once. You've been doxxed multiple times. Yeah. Imagine putting your loved one in that situation. Yeah. Imagine you guys being that violent. Don't say me. I didn't do shit. Imagine you guys being that violent. I'm not them. Yeah, you're the most violent. How? You're the most violent. You're the most violent. Okay. You're a sneaky kind of violent, bro. Sneaky kind of violent, bro. Yeah. Not at all. Yeah, you are. All right. What were my charges for being violent then? If I had to. How many old people have you attacked? None. Bullshit. You're all over the internet, bro. I'm all over the internet. Yeah. Who did I attack? Don't run now. Who did I attack and where? First of all, you attacked Honey Badger Mom on camera. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. It's on camera. It's all on camera. You don't have the details. You just said like push rent people. Where's that from? Where was that from? You hit a grandma. No mercy for these nasty people. Yeah, I didn't even know shit.
Okay, we'll come back to this in a few minutes. Just a lot of name calling, which is fun sometimes, but Well, big. I guess I can. I guess I can pretty much agree with the sentiment there. I guess. Um, One side always accuses the other side of being blind, but wow, it sure seems like that's the case sometimes, though, with the left. I don't know. They've just made so many bad decisions in a row. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm surprised they haven't jumped him yet. To be honest, the left gets moved to violence pretty easily. So hopefully he'll be all right. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm also watching out for Portland Andy, just so you know. I kept thinking he would be going live tonight, but no Portland Andy. So yeah, he is not live. So, but I'm keeping an eye out for Portland Andy. Listen, I'm going to be signing off in about 20 minutes. The show will be over. But what I'm going to do tonight, and what I'm going to try to start doing, is I'm going to try to come up with little clips and funny things to play at the end of the show. So if you guys want to keep chatting, you can. And then also I'll play a song after that, and then I'll close the show out. Well, yeah, violence is absolutely everywhere, but some create it more readily than others, for sure. You can go and take any group of people and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. We've had a lot of peaceful protests lately, I will admit that, but there has been some issues too. Generally, when the cops are being attacked, it's the left. It's a group that's either on the left or supported by the left. It's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way it is. Yeah, world's in madness. I don't know. You can go back through time. I mean, we were in a world war. We were in 2 of them. I don't believe that we're in a turbulent time right now. Peace is starting to come. Things are starting to... I personally believe that good times are ahead. I do. I believe that we're, we put some pretty stupid, dark shit behind us, and we're on the right track now, and I think things are going to keep getting better. The economy, we've gone from a 10% inflation down to under 2. Gas prices down $1. These tariffs we're already starting to work on things like neutralizing the debt. We can't bring the debt down until we at least get it neutralized. Yes, Antifa is a terrorist organization. I don't know how big they are. A lot of things get blamed on them when it's just the left doing their thing. Well, I don't, we've been promised World War III for a long time. I can remember once a month we had the, quote, tornado drill, where we got under our desk and we put our hands over our head and we kissed our ass goodbye. We were doing that shit in 2nd grade. And we found out later that those were actually nuclear bomb drills, because Tampa was a primary target and we were 100 miles away, which means it was survivable for us down here. Not great, but survivable. And so they were we were training in the classrooms to duck and cover, back when it was civil defense, and we were ducking and covering. And we would practice that shit in the classroom. So I don't think that we are closer to World War III or nuclear war or anything else. I don't think we're any closer now than we were during the Cuban nuclear crisis or during any other time in our past. If you look at all the different times that there's been this and that and the other thing, I just don't see it. I mean, obviously we were under a much bigger threat in World War II than we are right this minute. So I mean, I don't buy that this is the worst it's ever been, and we're all going to be bad. You remember duck and cover? That's what it was. Don't, and close your eyes and cover your eyes. Yep. So I don't know. They've been telling us that the end of the world's coming. The Democrats have been telling us that global warming is going to kill us. Al Gore told us that by 2010, water would be flowing in the streets of Miami, and people would be having to move out of coastal areas in South Florida. I got news for you. The tide hasn't rose a bit here. Our mean high tide's the same now as it was 50 years ago, within a centimeter or two. It was all just alarmist bullshit that these people feed us to scare you, and it's all that same thing. If they can keep you scared that the end of the world's coming, then the people will react differently, and that's what they're looking for. And I don't buy into it. I think the Earth has a way of fixing itself, both man and Mother Nature. I think it's all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I could be completely wrong, but I don't think we're any closer to thermonuclear war right now than we were in the 70s missile crisis, or during the Iran stuff, the 80s, the Middle East stuff. I mean, you know, I just don't, you know, what Desert Shield, Desert Storm, all this. I just don't see it. I don't see that we're any closer to this big catastrophe now than we have been in the past. As a matter of fact, some could argue there's been times when much, much, much more of the Earth's population was actively involved in a conflict. Right now, very small percentages of Earth's actual population is involved in life and death conflict. It's a lot lower now than it's been in many, many times over the last 100 years anyway. So I'm just, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I could be completely wrong. We're all going to die tomorrow. I don't know. But I also know that we've been being told, I don't know if you know it, but you can go all the way back to the days of the pyramids. Humans have always felt like their generation was going to be the one that witnessed the end of the world. This is a thing in our brain that happens. And we actually believe, many of us, most of us, believe in some way that we are going to be the last generation, that we're going to be the ones that experienced Armageddon. We're going to be the ones that experience thermonuclear war, or the sun lashing out and killing us all. We're going to be the ones that experience the meteor falling from space. And the truth is, they've been thinking that for a very long time, and it never happens. Well, it happens. It's really, really rare. And so how many generations of people thought that they were witnessing the end of the world, when in fact the world went on just fine? And I believe that that's where we're at right now. I don't believe we're in any kind of huge calamity right now that's any bigger than any of the calamities we've had over the last 100 years. Sludge and I agree that the planet balances itself. Yeah, I somehow believe that the Earth will cleanse us if it has to. But the Earth always achieves equilibrium. That's why when they make the point that, hey, the tide's going to rise in 50 years, it doesn't. Why does it not? Well, because those kind of things take thousands and thousands of years. Okay? And it's not caused by cars. It's caused by a volcano activity. It's caused by seismic activity. It's caused by solar activity. It's caused by all these different things that affect our planet and how much energy and heat are available on our planet. When they start talking about global warming, 1 degree in 100 years, I'm like, 1 degree in 100 years? You know, one big solar flare could change that whole dynamic. It's ridiculous. And a carbon in the atmosphere, scientists are starting to come around to think that more carbon in the atmosphere is actually better, and that 1 degree warmer actually would not be so bad. They're saying 1 degree warmer, we could create like 9% more food. and you couple that with the fact that our population is almost at neutral, you know, if you take Africa out of the equation, our population is shrinking. The whole overpopulation thing was alarmist horseshit. It was alarmist horseshit. Overpopulation. Even Africa is going to reach a neutral state in about 20, 25 years. We're going to get to the point where we will lose population every year. It's already happening here. If you take illegal immigration out of it, we have a declining population here in the United States. The only thing that keeps our population on the plus side is illegal immigration. Illegal immigration. You can keep all the legals. I like legal immigration. I'm a proponent for legal immigration. You come in the front door, you do it by the rules. But when you look at this, if you take away just the illegal immigration, our population's not rising here at all in the United States. Not at all. And all these predictions that the water was going to flow through the streets of my... Where in the F is Al Gore? You want to know where Al Gore is? He's got 3 houses. Between the 3 houses, he has about $20,000 worth of electric bills. His carbon footprint for last year is probably the size of yours for your entire life. It's ridiculous. These people are hypocrites. Where is Al Gore? The water's going to rise up and it's going to flood the entire town. Bullshit. It never did. It didn't rise. It didn't. Yes, and the areas that are deserts now have been deserts for thousands of years. We live in such a small lifespan here that we don't even live long enough to see what our effect is going to be. I mean, it's such a big planet and we have such a minuscule existence. Al Gore, he did invent the internet, or at least he claimed he did. Yes, the Earth goes through 1,000 different cycles, 100,000 different cycles. Cycles around the sun, orbits around the sun, solar cycles, lunar cycles, orbital cycles, cycles of other planets on our solar disk. When you start looking at all of it, then you got solar winds, all right? Then you got all the cycles on the planet. You got every cycle in the world, from the annual cycle, the tidal cycle, the moon cycle. Everything affects the Earth. If it wasn't for the moon and the tides, we would never have existed in the first place. But all these different things affect the Earth, and seismic and volcano, and just the Earth's weather itself, the terrestrial weather. It all affects every moment of every day on this planet. It's crazy when you think about it. And it's thousands of cycles all intermingling with each other like cogs and wheels and gears. And this cycle will affect this cycle, which means that this cycle will be bigger next year. And then with that cycle being bigger, that means that this cycle's now going to be lopsided. Literally, people study this shit that are a lot smarter than me. And the thing is that with all these different cycles, there's no way that we as humans can predict what the temperature is going to be in 100 years. And we've proven it. Al Gore said 35 years ago that the tide was going to rise up so high that most of South Florida would be uninhabitable. We have houses that were built here 100 years ago right on the coast. They're still there. Well, a lot of them are gone now, but you know what I mean. That was a hurricane. That's different. The tide really hasn't rose. So it was all just bullshit. They kept saying the storms are going to get stronger. The storms are going to get stronger. Really? We only had one bad storm this whole year. One bad storm. It hit Jamaica. Well, they didn't have big storms like that 100 years ago. Tell the people in Galveston that. The Great Galveston Storm of 1900, for God's sake. We've been having shit badass hurricanes for thousands of years. There's pictures of that shit. They know, man, there has been calamities caused by hurricanes and by tornadoes and everything on this planet as far back as human existence. Nothing's going to change with that. And for him to say, there's going to be much stronger storms in the future, and these storms are going to kill people, and it's going to be really bad. What a douchebag. Yeah. Yeah, how many did that, the Buffalo Blizzard, how many did that kill? I mean, that's why when they start talking about, no, Victor, I haven't even looked up at the moon yet. Thousands of years, yeah. For us to sit around and think that our measly existence is going to change this earth in some meaningful way is nuts. But they've used it. Look at all the power they've wielded over the years with green this and green that. We've got a recycling program here that's worthless. I watch them dump my recycle in the garbage. They'll pick up my garbage and then they dump the recycle in the same truck. When I confront them about it, they're like, nah, and they drive away. And then when I call them about it, they're like, no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, it happens all the time. The reason it happens all the time is because I did some research. Over half our recyclables here are not ever reaching a recycling center because they're flushed with recyclables now. Okay? Every county's doing it. And we're making BTW benches as quick as we can. You know, we're pumping out as much of this plastic shit as we can. We're using up these resources too, but the point is they're collecting a lot more recyclables than we need. And also they're having a problem because everybody knows that they're like picking it up with the garbage truck now, so everybody just throws whatever they want into whatever container. I don't give a shit anymore. I drag it all out to the road. I don't care. I put my horticulture in the recycle. I dump my cat box in the recycle. I don't give a shit because they're just going to dump it in there. And if they dump it in the right truck, that would surprise me. So I don't give a shit about it, you know? If they show me, hey, look, it's all getting recycled and look, we're using multiple trucks again and we're doing it right. Yeah, see, Junior, I don't think that much. I think most of this recycle shit is getting thrown out. I really do. I really do, because they're just doing it right in front of my house half the time, you know? So I don't give a shit. I dump everything in the recycle because they're the easiest ones to wheel out. And horticulture, I just throw it in. I don't really throw out much horticulture, but when I do, I just put it in the garbage. I just put it in the garbage can. I don't give a shit. It's a total scam. They run 3 trucks around, or they're supposed to run 3 trucks around. They actually run 1, and they dump all 3 things in the 1 truck. I was surprised about 3 or 4 years ago. They came out with a thing, hey, the new waste management plan here in the county is that all 3 of your days, because see, used to be Monday was horticulture, Tuesday was recycle, 3, and it was hard to remember. So they said because people were complaining it was hard to remember or whatever, they were putting out the wrong thing on the wrong days because, you know, people are illiterate, whatever. So they wanted to make it easier, so they said they put all the garbage days on 1 day. Well, the reason they did that was now they can just send 1 truck. When they're shorthanded, they send 1 truck, and that 1 truck picks up all 3 kinds of garbage. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is just a waste. And I'm not saying we shouldn't recycle. I want to qualify this by saying I'm kind of a green guy, but I'm realistic about it. I contribute to state parks. I love nature walking. My family's always gone. We stay in a place called Highlands Hammock State Park. It's beautiful. It's in Sebring, Florida. Highlands Hammock State Park. And it's a great place. We go there. We used to camp there all the time. We go there. We do stuff. some sci-fi show, but I don't recognize it. Anyway, yeah, that's weird. I don't recognize what show that is, but anyway. All right, so I don't care about the garbage. I just put it out to the road. They take it, they don't take it. There was a bunch of horticulture I put out on my private road where I put my garbage. They wouldn't take it. I called them. They said, you got to put bows on it. You got to put like string around it, and you got to tie it with little bows to make it look pretty. And you got to put like wrapping paper and make it look like festive for the holidays. And I'm like, what? I'm not twining this shit up. They can pick it up and put it in the truck. And so it sat out there. It sat out there for 2 months. They wouldn't pick it up. So you know what I did? I went out there and I drug it all down and stuck it on the county right-of-way. Yep, that's what I did. I stuck it on the county right-of-way. They were mowing around it at that point. The county would come through and mow it. And they would mow around this big pile of shit. And it sat there for 1.5 years, and it finally returned to the earth. They can kiss my ass. I'm so sick of it. Our garbage service here is garbage. It's trash. It's shit. It's just really scummy. Just a waste. How many more can I come up with? Oh, Jesus. The whole thing stinks. How about that? And I have no beef with garbage guys. I actually liked the last company we had, but they got rid of them. Yeah, Al Gore ranked 25th in a class of 51, so he was dead in the middle. I'm kind of an average student. I do him on the radio. It's like, 'cause the warming's causing the cooling. It's hard to do Al Gore. It makes my face hurt. Jesus. He's such a douchebag. It's hard to contort my face into a douchebag. All right, so what do we got going on? We got like a little homeless poker game going on in Kingston. It's just about time for another organization to stop by and give them free food. And they'll be like, why are they out there? Why did they all come to Portland? Why did all the homeless people come to Kingsland, Philadelphia? Why? Why is it? Why do they come here? Oh, I don't know. Because either a secular or non-secular homeless / humanitarian group shows up every 2 hours and gives them a hot meal. They get more hot food than I do. Okay? And the reason they want to be there is because that's where the drugs are. At. Not drugs are, but the drugs are. Anyway. Is my chat room frozen again? Hold on, Mama. Oh, it's weird. There's a lot of people in here. Nobody's talking. All right, so there you go. I'm going to keep checking to see if Portland Andy comes on tonight. When I go off the air here in just a few minutes, I'm going to start playing you guys stuff that I've collected over the years. And one of the first ones I'm going to play you guys is probably one of the funniest pieces of audio that we've had on the show. This is going to be a clip from the Drive with Trey Radel on 92.5 Fox News. It's a 15-minute clip. I'm going to play it in its entirety. It's a hilarious clip. I'm going to tell you guys why I like this clip so much. Trey went to hit a serious sounder, and he set it up. He's like, here, this guy, whatever he says. You know, he made it sound like this was a big deal. and then he hits the button, and he accidentally slips and he hits the vagina button, which is Donald Trump saying vagina. And he was talking about that woman's dog. She named her dog Vagina, and so he goes, she named the dog Vagina. And the way he says it is so hilarious. We have a vagina button right on this. All three of us can reach the vagina button if we need to, because it's the dump button and the vagina button. So tonight I'm going to present to you guys, or represent to you guys, because I did put it up many years ago. This is from a few years ago, but we actually, Trey hit the wrong button, and that's literally how this clip starts. Is Trey hits the wrong button. You'll hear him talking about something else. We don't talk about that. And he actually hits this button, and he's like all serious, and he goes vagina, and he just like, he loses it, dude. It's hilarious. It's some of the funniest radio that we've done, and so I want to play that for you guys tonight as we go out of the show. And then after that, I'll lead us out with one of my songs that I've been writing about ham radio, and you guys can hear that. This is 15 minutes. I'm going to start doing this because at the end of my show, people like to still comment. And I hang out in here for a few minutes. It takes me 20 minutes to shut everything down, and I got a few things I like to do before I go, and save and back up and do things. And so I'll do all that while this is playing. Hey, it'll be fun. And I'm going to start doing this more often so you guys can hear some of the other cool things that have gone on. So don't leave just yet. I just had 9 people leave. Don't leave just yet. This is freaking hilarious. I want you guys to hear it. And what I'm going to do, if for some reason you can't hear it, or you got to hear it later or whatever, there's the link to it directly. Okay? So, I mean, you can actually go and listen to it yourself. But stay here and chat and listen to it. I want to hear your reaction to this clip. I'm going to be hanging out here in the background, but I am going to go ahead and sign off. Everybody, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth here on I almost just said on 92.5 Fox News. It's hard when you do multiple brands. It really is. But this is the Sights and Sounds of Earth on Starship Adventures, broadcasting on fiber optic to YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform. And we'll see you guys back tomorrow night right here. Stay with us. I'm playing that clip right now for you guys. It's going to be coming on right now. So don't go anywhere. And let me just turn this on here. No, not that one. There we go. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night out there. And here is this clip that I promised you. And today I've decided to play a few clips on here from the radio station where I work. And these, it's a political radio station. And as you know, I don't really do politics at all on my YouTube channel. I leave the politics at work. So, truthfully, I have enough of it there. So when I come home, I like to do everything but politics. But every now and then we get a segment on the show that's so funny. Man, it really doesn't have anything to do with politics. And I want to show them to you guys. And so here we go. Our show's on the radio, so there's no video component to this. But I think you'll enjoy this. This was broadcast live on 92.5 Fox News here in Southwest Florida, just in the last week or so. And what a funny segment. I'm going to set it up for you right now. Trey Radel, the host of the show, and I'm the producer of the show, and Kat is our call screener. Now, here's what happened. He's talking politics. I cut most of that crap out. But when the tape starts here, what you're going to hear is Trey throwing it to a cut, which is supposed to be a cut from CNN or some news source. And he goes to the cut, and instead of it playing the cut, the computer plays something it's not supposed to play, or at least it wasn't instructed to play. and fun ensued. As a matter of fact, for the next 3 segments, we could hardly do the show. It was so funny. Again, I've cut most of politics out, so just enjoy. And remember, this all started with just the computer playing the wrong sound.
If you're running for Congress and somebody comes up to you and says, listen, I appreciate your ads, but they're getting a little much now. What that means is they have only just started to sink in. And so Trump has been and will continue to hammer this, and you're just starting to see some of it work. Here is CNN to J.B. Pritzker. He is the governor of Illinois and doing everything he can to be a surrogate to Biden. They're asking him whether Biden should debate.
Vagina.
Oh, what's that, dude? Oh, my God. That's the craziest live mess up we've ever
I was not even touching the machine.
What was that?
It moved from the other button up to there.
Oh my gosh.
That was hilarious.
Of all of the things, it could have been anything from Justin Trudeau to Eric Swalwell, and it was
nice.
Oh,
very nice.
Oh, that is okay. I still have time to play.
Yeah.
I don't know how we recover. Here.
Would you encourage Joe Biden to debate Donald Trump?
Look, I think we're used to having debates. There's no doubt. I will say that whenever I look at Donald Trump's debating style, he lies and lies and lies, and it's so hard to respond to that in the middle of a debate. You only have 30 seconds or 60 seconds to respond. Do you talk about what you want to do for the future, or do you respond to the lies that have come out of Donald Trump's mouth every minute? And so I'm concerned about that, just to be honest.
What the? Oh, let's listen to J.B. Pritzker. Vagina. What? Oh my gosh. So listen, this
vagina
is Trump.
It's the best button ever.
And we have it more as like a standing joke that we do off air here on the drive.
It's our sound check button.
Oh, boy. Let's listen to J.B. Pritzker of Illinois.
Vagina.
Oh, that doesn't get old.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, live radio, everybody. So it's working. I mean, maybe what Trump... Hey, Biden.
Vagina.
You going to debate me? Why not? Are you
Vagina.
Come on, Biden, you stupid.
Vagina.
Why won't you debate me? Quit acting like a...
Vagina.
Oh, that is the best screw up ever. And that was it. I don't know if we'll ever top that. I don't know.
You hit the right button. Somehow it moved up there. That touch screen is flaky. I don't know what happened.
I have no idea. There's the music. Thank God. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll be back. That was I don't know how much longer this show will be on air. I mean, we could be canceled like by tonight, but if we're here for years on after, I don't think that we'll ever top that screw up ever. We'll talk a little bit more about debates. No more
vagina
and Joe Biden. I'm Trey Radel. This is Driver. Phone lines are open 239-47.
Trust me, we immediately start talking about
Fox
vagina
News.
again here.
Right. All along.
Southwest Florida's Trey Radel continues right now on your home for the Glenn Beck program. Tomorrow morning at 9 on 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive.
Yeah, some of them fade out quick.
I'm just stuck on
vagina. Vagina.
Aren't we all?
If you are just joining us, I'm still... I don't know if I should be embarrassed or proud. Proud. I'm being told proud through the thick glass.
Yes, proud.
That's the biggest, craziest, weirdest meltdown we've ever had on this show.
Yeah.
If you
the
just
ghosts are in the machine.
They are. I had a very serious segment. Oh, I'm going to talk about what Trump is doing and how important it is to really get Biden out there to debate him. And here is Governor Pritzker.
Vagina.
That was my reenactment. Except I started crying. I don't know if it was because I was sad or laughing so hard. Hi, this is The Drive. And the point that we were attempting to make earlier was that Donald Trump is showing up event after. I can't even continue this show. We're done. We're only halfway through. I'm done. The guest I still got to get through. Oh, boy, the text. Is that why Trump was saying why Biden won't debate? Love the vagina. Ian was not touching, he was grabbing the machine. I needed a laugh today. Trey, does your vagina hurt? By the way.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thank you, young man. So the point that I was making was now.
This is like the B plot, right?
Now, yes. Finally, questions are being asked. And that's important. Remember, Trump and other Republicans, for that matter, have to hammer a message. I don't even have you do it.
He's trying to do the show, but he can't. It's hilarious.
I know,
I'm sorry, I cannot focus anymore. I'm done.
All she can think about is vagina.
It's really the way that he says
just
it.
A sound clip. I'm referring to
vagina.
Yeah.
It's just like he says China.
Yeah.
China.
Vagina.
China.
Vagina.
It's the
vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
Vagina.
It rolls off his tongue.
It's a little Christopher Walken-esque. Vagina. I can't do Christopher Walken. See if I get your father. If I do Christopher Walken, I have to draw on a very specific scene that actually does not involve a vagina. It involves a man's rectum, and that is from the movie Pulp Fiction. You see, your father had this up his rectum. God forbid he was going to let the Pope take that from him. God forbid. Thank you. Is that all right?
No, that's good. That's actually really
I'll
good.
be damned. I'll be damned.
I was hoping for more cowbell, but that's good.
Oh, I don't even know what this is or what I'm doing here. The whole point of this was Donald Trump is hammering Joe Biden not about being a
vagina,
but instead not showing up for debates. Although it would be hilarious if he said that. That's the last time I press that button. I mean, if there was anyone listening with their children, we will never see that audience again.
I'll be back.
Like the texters. Trey, I am never listening to this show again. A week later. Trey, this show is awful. I will never tune in again. 2 days later. Trey, this is the last time, I swear to God, I am never listening to the show again.
And it's funny because I'll hit the history and go back and look. And I'm like, Trey, they've stopped listening to you 56 times.
Yeah, and that started like 2 years ago.
They have not been listening a lot.
Yes. Gosh, how do you not listen so intensely? The whole point of this was challenging Biden to a debate, why he had to say it over and over. And finally, CNN. Let's listen to this, actually, without vagina.
Look, I think we're used to having debates. There's no doubt. I will say that whenever I look at Donald Trump, is a terrific debater.
Joe Biden is a terrific debater, but it's hard to debate Trump. It's really difficult. I mean, maybe Biden is.
Vagina.
Oh, I said I wasn't going to.
You could not help it.
I knew it.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you hear? Again, I'm just trying to focus here, people.
Keep trying.
So, it's working. The tactic is working. And you've got J.B. Pritzker there under the microscope with CNN saying, hey, should he debate him? And his answer was, by the way, it's interesting to hear filler. So here's the question.
Would you encourage Joe Biden to debate Donald
But
Trump?
the filler right here.
Look, I think we're used to having debates. There's no doubt. I will.
What does that even mean? Should he debate Trump? We're used to having debates. What?
So then, yes.
Yeah. But Donald Trump tells a lot of lies. What are you going to do when he's telling lies? You know, you've only got like 30 or 60 seconds to respond. Are you going to talk about your vision of the future? Or hot dogs and Italian sausages as I dive into a Chicago accent of J.B. Pritzker here?
That's not bad there, Bab.
Where is Jimmy the beef guy? I mean, I drive by that restaurant and I'm wondering when I can get my Italian sausage and Italian beef.
And every time you drive by in your head, you hear Jardiniere.
Yeah. Come on, guys. It's not Gardenia. I think about J.B. Pritzker. I think we should have Jimmy the Beef Guy just stand in for Pritzker and do
there you go.
Lines as him. So, as Biden has not committed to any debates, I'm not going to hit the button, but maybe he is that. The reality is he's not so much of that word like China, but instead, the man has oatmeal for brains and would not be able to hang in the ring with Donald Trump. I don't know. I mean, especially with all the talk around.
Vagina.
I wouldn't be using those words, buddy. But you always can call in. Never will. But you can. 239-479-5592. We're going to take a break and be back. I'm Trey Radel. This is Drive.
Isn't that amazing? I thought that was just such a funny clip there, and just worth playing over and over. Just funny stuff. And we're going to have a few more of these. I'm going to be doing these from time to time as they pop up. There'll be no regularity, but I'll be doing these as much as we can because it is funny when we're all there at work and everything's just clicking away, and all of a sudden this real funny segment happens. And if it doesn't have a lot to do with politics, I'm going to bring it here for you guys to hear because I think it's worth it. Have a good one out there. This is Ian, Starship Adventures.
The
everybody. Thank you for being here once again. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures, the sights and sounds of Earth. Live from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida, KO4 EFS signing off. Everyone have a good night out there. 7 3s.